Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. Overcome frustration with this daily practice. I'm not just going to give a great daily practice. That's definitely going to be in there. And we've talked about similar things before. But on top of that, we're going to give a little context around how these daily practices work, this mantra type stuff that we're going to be talking about. Also, how we can engage our subconscious mind and get answers back. But I think one of the mistakes a lot of us make frequently is we ask our subconscious to give us advice, help us understand how to make this decision better, help us maybe weigh between two different people, between two different careers, help us weigh out these options. And a lot of us see it from a tell me what to do because so many of us are used to being told what to do. But the reality is your subconscious mind doesn't care. Your conscious mind must choose what to do. And that's something that a lot of us don't consider doing. So it's not just using these words. It's not any of that just by itself. The words themselves, yeah, they have power. But what actually does creation is feeling. Goddard talks about it. Murphy talks about it. Feeling is what does the creation. So when you just randomly say words, I am ready to be the greatest. I am the happiest person in the world. I am fantastic. Yeah, when you don't feel it, when it's devoid of any feeling, it doesn't mean anything. But when you say, I am fantastic, I am the light of the world, I am amazing, I am helping people find the truth and wake up and expand their consciousness out, or like Aaron Doty says, expand their consciousness. I love that dude's thing. That is the coolest thing that he does. It's fantastic. I don't watch a lot of his videos because I don't want him to, mess with what I'm saying, but I love how he does it. So it's the same concept, and a lot of us are doing the same kind of work. So understanding the words, understanding the techniques are great. But understanding, most importantly, it comes down to our conscious minds. It comes down to who's the captain of the ship and what are you telling your crew? What are you telling your crew that they need to do for you? And it's that communication. It's getting the conscious and the subconscious in alignment that makes the biggest difference in our lives. This is something I've been having huge success with over the past few weeks. I have probably been doing no other technique but this for a particular thing I've been kind of trying to work on. And literally have already started turning the ship. I've turned the ship quite a bit. I've already made one of my first milestone markers I actually passed. So things are starting to already happen back to how it should be. So it's one of those things where you can kind of steer things into a better direction when maybe life right now doesn't quite seem like it's working out. So if you're frustrated and things aren't working, this little bit of video here is going to help. And this context that Joseph Murphy offered us is going to make an amazing difference. Your subconscious mind is all wise and knows the answers to all questions. It does not argue with you or talk back to you. It does not say, you must not impress me with that. For example, when you say, I can't do this, I am too old now, I can't meet this obligation, I was born on the wrong side of the tracks, I don't know the right politician, you are impregnating your subconscious with these negative thoughts, and it responds accordingly. Now again, what you tell your crew, they respond. So if you tell your crew, I can't do this, your crew will make darn sure you can't. And in fact, they'll guarantee it. They'll make sure you don't. Or every time you say, I was born on the wrong side of the tracks, your crew will make sure that is your experience. When you say things on the opposite or in a positive, well, then guess what? You start to experience that. You are actually blocking your own good when you say these negative things, thereby bringing lack, limitation, and frustration into your life. When you set up obstacles, impediments, and delays in your conscious mind, you are denying the wisdom and intelligence resident in your subconscious mind. You are actually saying, in effect, that your subconscious mind cannot solve your problems. This leads to a mental and emotional congestion, followed by sickness and neurotic tendencies. A lot of us get ourselves into all sorts of little problems because we see this obstacle, we believe in the obstacle, but then we try to tell ourselves something differently, but immediately focus back on the obstacle. We're not actually believing what we're saying. We're not actually feeling these good words that we're trying to say, and then we keep focusing again on the thing that's blocking us. You cannot get past a blockage when you keep focusing on it. And I keep talking about how you want to be in the place where your dream already exists, where you already have it, where you're living from the wish fulfilled, where you're experiencing having it at this moment. When you do that, you are past the obstacles, you are past the blocks. They don't exist. It is from that place that you must do your manifestations. And then you use these positive phrases, which is coming up here. You use these positive phrases to try to get your conscious mind back in line with your subconscious. When you start having doubts, when you start worrying, when you start slipping and stuttering, that's the time to do it. Do it a few times a day. I do it a few times a day. Whenever I catch myself focusing on a real world fact, I'm like, no, that's what we're changing. So that's cool. Again, I'm fine with the fact that the real world doesn't exist, but it's when I lose focus, when I start thinking about it, when I start really digging into it, my little analytical mind just starts spinning. That's when I start creating problems for myself. So I catch myself, I stop myself, I use this technique, and I feel better immediately. So here's the technique. Here's exactly the kinds of examples of words you want to use. To realize your desire and overcome your frustrations, affirm boldly several times a day, "The infinite intelligence which gave me this desire leads, guides, and reveals to me the perfect plan for my unfolding of my desire. I know the deeper wisdom of my subconscious is now responding, and what I feel and claim within is expressed in the without. There is a balance, equilibrium, and equanimity." Knowing these things, saying these things, acknowledging that I am that what I already desire. I am successful enough. I am doing enough. I am attractive enough for the person that I like. I am funny enough. I've got a great sense of humor that they're going to enjoy. Or I've got the right skill set for this job that I'm going for. Or I've got the right video topic for this next video I'm going to do, or this next teaching class I'm going to do, or this next whatever. You have to remind yourself that you are that which you desire already. I already am it. I already have it. And it's unfolding before me. And just reminding myself that I'm playing a part of the unfolding, for me, is a lot for my mind to just be like, oh, yeah, this is all working out. No big deal. So if you say, there is no way out, I am lost, there is no way out of this dilemma, I am stymied and blocked, well, guess what? You're going to get no answer or response from your subconscious mind. If you want the subconscious to work for you, give it the right request and attain its cooperation. It is always working for you. It is controlling your heartbeat this minute and also your breathing. It heals a cut on your finger, and its tendency is lifeward, forever seeking to take care of you and preserve you. Your subconscious has a mind of its own, but it accepts your pattern of thought and imagery. So yeah, it's got thoughts. It'll throw some thoughts at you once in a while. You sure you want to do this maybe? Right? But boom. But that's conceptually kind of what's going on inside of us. We're giving mixed signals. We're giving mixed messages. And that's a problem. When you are seeking an answer to a problem, your subconscious will respond, but it expects you to come to a decision and to a true judgment in your conscious mind. You must acknowledge the answer is in your subconscious mind. However, if you say, I don't think there is a way out, I am all mixed up and confused, why don't I get an answer? You are neutralizing your prayer. Like the soldier marking time, you do not get anywhere. So again, to 1 minute say, hey, higher self, consciousness, subconsciousness, give me an answer to this question. I'm kind of a little stymied by how to move forward on this particular path. I'd love some clarity. So please, thank you. Give me some clarity. And then an hour later, a minute later, I haven't gotten any clarity. It doesn't work. No, that's not true. So every time you do that, you kind of stop any chance of forward movement. Another thing we frequently do when we're asking for help or asking for advice from our higher selves is we immediately stop and look everywhere. Everywhere we look, we're trying to figure out how we can see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to, what happens if I'm not paying attention and I miss it? You won't. It's your message to yourself. Of course you're going to see it, but if you're looking for it everywhere, you're not. Reason is because it's not going to happen. You're not allowing it to. So many of us are so used to forcing our way, forcing how we feel. And that's not how manifestation works. You feel it and it unfolds. There's no forcing involved. There's no force in manifestation. It's completely energetic. It's completely energetic. And really, I would argue of little effort to create this because, again, you're just feeling something. And I don't know, whenever I think of something and then start to feel, it doesn't seem to me like I'm working hard. It doesn't seem like it's work. I'm feeling something. Actually pretty easy. Work to me is work, or, pushing a shovel into the ground, or, mowing a lawn, or having to hop on a computer and figure out why the SQL code's not working. I mean, that's work, kind of, but just feeling stuff's great. I enjoy doing that all the time. Still the wheels of your mind relax, let go, and quietly affirm, my subconscious knows the answer. Remember that. It is responding to me now. I give thanks because I know the infinite intelligence of my subconscious knows all things and is revealing the perfect answer to me now. My real conviction is now setting free the majesty and glory of my subconscious mind. I rejoice that it is so. Again, we want to say these positive things to ourselves. It's not just the words. It's not just saying, I am a great person, I am happy. No, you have to feel it. You're saying these words to feel it, to understand it's a truth you're sharing with yourself. I'm sharing with myself every time I do this, the acknowledgement of, yes, my real world's not necessarily what I want, but I realize that's what I'm changing. I realize that's what's in progress. I realize that's the unfolding. That what my reality looks like right now, for sure, is not going to be the same in a year's time. Period. Not even close. I don't even pretend for 1 second that that's how it's going to be. I know for a fact my life is changing. So I remind myself of these things. And when I do that, I feel that sense of calm. I feel that reminder. I feel that remembering that this is how manifestation works. You don't manifest what you want by focusing on what you don't want. You don't manifest what you want by thinking it's impossible, by saying this will never happen, by saying I'm too old, by coming up with excuses for why it's not happening. You don't manifest things by looking up the obstacles, because when you do, you're killing the fact that your subconscious can work around any of these things, that the God within you, the Christ within you, is able to get past any obstacle you can come up with. Any obstacle, and that's one of the powers of this process. It's not just manifesting what you want, though that's what gets us all in, that's what hooks us, right? But it's also realizing that what I believe and feel is what happens, and no matter how great the obstacle, there's always a way around it. And as much as I hate using always and never, there is always a way around an obstacle. Now, is it worth the time? Is it worth the effort? Is it worth the money? Nah, there's a question that's worth asking, but there's always a way around it. It's keeping ourselves in the loop. It's keeping ourselves in mind. It's keeping ourselves cognizant of what we're thinking and saying and doing and what we're actually trying to accomplish. It's remembering that we've got this crew that's listening to everything we say and doing everything we believe. And it'll continue to act and react based off of what's going on inside of us. If there's frustration that's getting to you, that's causing this to be challenging, causing you to not have as much fun with this process as you probably should be. If there's a lot of frustration, remember, get yourself some positive words. Get yourself some keywords. There's a link below. Look at this book and get this book if you need some help with that. But there's some great examples of affirmations, but remember, they're affirmations that are meant to gear towards your subconscious and conscious, to kind of get you aligned, to acknowledge to myself that the answer is in front of me. It's not to tell my subconscious that the answer's in front of me. It already knows that. It's to get my conscious mind to go, oh yeah, subconscious, here's a perfect place for you to come in handy, and thanks, I look forward to seeing the answer from you. Understand that you have this wealth of knowledge. You have this infinite intelligence inside of you. It's a part of you. We're all a part of it. We're connected to it. Use it and try to stop using it to thwart you or to block you or to keep you from what you want. You keep focusing on that third party, your subconscious is going to guarantee you that third party doesn't go anywhere. You want to get rid of the third party? Life is good. I'm now monogamously involved with my person. There's no other people. It is solely us. We enjoy each other's company immensely. I mean, you can come up with the proper phraseology. I'm just making stuff up on the fly and I didn't do too bad. Maybe you work with it, second draft. But you can do this very easily. Put together the right set of positive power words. Go to them on a regular basis, many times throughout the day. You will start to see your ship turning course. Tell your crew what you want them to do, and that is what they will do. It's Dan Radio Style.